Down from 5. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is no major glitches. It's pretty much the standard category for Link to the Past speedrunning. It's definitely the most popular. With the category of no major glitches, it means that there are going to be a few minor glitches that we will be doing, such as fake flipper, spin speed, a few others like that.
Yes, but where do they draw the line? I'm kidding.
What is the line? We're gonna find that line today.
You're just skipping that chest there.
Yes, we skipped the first chest in no major glitches. Normally that is the lamp, but in this run it is a little bit faster to grab it in Zelda's cell. Dialogue, just mash, 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 mash. Lots of mashing.
A lot of text mashing. Oh, by the way, this is the only Zelda game that begins with your only family abandoning you, then dying. So, nice start.
It's a nice start to a family-friendly game, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Augmented glitches. That is the next category. But in the escape sequence here, everything's pretty straightforward. Let's go down and get Zelda and get out. We're gonna get the boomerang here.
So Shadow's one of the best songs in the series. Like, this soundtrack has a lot of good songs that just became instant classics.
Yeah, it really is too. Like, it starts out like super strong as far as the music goes.
Does BRNG stand for bad RNG? I certainly hope not. For Diesel's sake.
You got it. You knew it. Right here, we're gonna go up a little bit to avoid that guard from noticing us. If you go straight forward, you'll see. And here we set up for this guy. We're gonna do a neat little door tap strat here. Gets the guard's attention and then allows you to go up and get this. There's another strat that other people use where they charge the soldiers straight on, but that one works pretty good.
Yes, the classic boomerang weapon introduced in this game. No, wait, it was first Zelda game.
That's right.
Look at this false trivia. I'm gonna screw up everybody. No, I'm kidding. Not going for the pot strat.
It's a little bit faster to go without the pot. As long as you get like right in there and hit him quickly. And use the boomerang to get the big key. It saves you about a couple frames.
By the way, normally that lantern is in the first chest in the house, but picking up here saves time.
Yep, it saves a little bit of time. And I think if you get the lamp in the first chest, that's like a rupee or something. I think
it's a blue rupee, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And the chest in the sewer by Uncle would also be the lamp if you skipped it, but because this game is really desperate to give you the lamp.
Yeah, it gives you many opportunities to not skip the lamp.
To be fair, you do need it, but at least it's nice about giving it to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Though, who would skip a chest in your house? Your uncle's prized lantern that he keeps sealed away for some reason.
It's like, oh, there's no way I need to open that chest. Well, I don't want to open what's not mine.
And that's the difference between any percent and randomizer. You don't skip chests in a randomizer.
Very true. So, I myself and Satellite do play a lot of rando, but I did start out with NMG first, and then it really did help transitioning over to playing randomizer in minor ways. Nothing too crazy like boss strats and routing and whatnot.
Yeah, that was actually the opposite for me. I started with randomizer. I started picking up some little tricks along the way too. Then I learned the 90% NMG run for 12-hour challenge, and then I never ran it again. I'm very proud of my 325th spot on the leaderboard.
As I would be as well.
Top 500, let's go.
Top 5. Yeah, my recent PB for this one is a 136 I got in the NMG tournament, but I never went back, highlighted it, and submitted it, so...
Oh, is it gone forever?
It's not gone forever. If I wanted to go back and submit it, I could, but...
Not good.
I'll be happy with it.
Well, that is in fact my strat, running a game once and never again.
Just learn it, run it once, done.
And I'll admit it's kind of a petty reason Randomizer does not have very many text boxes.
Yeah, that's true too. That's definitely more of like a big quality of life thing as well.
So every time I go back to playing the game vanilla, I'm like, oh god, what is this slow text?
Yeah, rat got me there. I missed this dialogue skip there. If you hold right as you enter that door, you can skip that first text box. But
I actually did not know about that.
yeah, you have to do it like the second the transition starts. You hold right and it'll skip that dialogue. So we're gonna get the Sanct Heart here.
Everyone's favorite. It's basically just a safety strat.
Yeah. And the only other two safeties I'll get in this run is the Powder and the Red Mail in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, this game is, if you're good at it, this game is pretty doable with Green Tunic, but when it comes to Ganon, he hurts, so Red Tunic does help a lot.
Yeah, and it's right near the end, and it doesn't waste too much time getting it, so...
Yeah, like maybe 10 seconds at most.
Yeah, 10, 15 seconds, somewhere around there,
yeah. Powder's just nice to have, like, free health every now and then.
Yeah, that too.
I will agree with that. Blue mail does look the best.
I was
but
gonna say, I do like the color of the blue mail the best, yeah.
But collecting that in this run is a huge waste of time, unfortunately.
So glad it's convenient to get the red mail. So coming up here on these ladders here, or steps actually. Ow, bad RNG from these guys. The Octo Rocks.
Purple Tunic.
If you
if you played Triforce Heroes, you know the Purple Link is dead. No.
If you mash left and right while holding up, you can advance a little bit faster through the stairs. And specifically that blue soldier right there, you can actually bypass that soldier without having to stun him or attack him or get in your way at all. Because if you just hold up, you'll actually move slower through those stairs and he'll come in contact with you.
This game has very strange programming, but the 90s were a strange time, so it works.
Yeah, it's totally relevant. It is a shining example of the 90s.
Link to the Past, the gem of the 90s.
On the back of the box.
And it's only 1991. 92 in America, I guess, but...
So there's a Stalfo skip. If you walk that exact path and throw the pots, those are at the exact locations where those two Stalfos are going to spawn, and you can throw them and it'll skip the other two Stalfos from spawning. So 4 in total in that room. But if you kill the first 2, it'll skip the others. But you have to do it before they spawn. Got a deboost coming up here, so I want to make sure we at least have somewhat close to full health.
This is why the safeties, the Sanctuary Heart comes in handy.
Yeah, that's very true. Also for this deboost up here. Because you can get it without it, but it's really tough. You got to get it like very quickly. Nah, I took an extra one. That's fine. Same with like any of these stairs too. Like if you just kind of like waggle left and right as you're walking down, save a few frames here and there. And over the course of the entire run, it actually does save a good amount of time. Nothing crazy, just a little bit.
Damage boost strat can be done with 3 hearts, but it is difficult.
Yeah.
Like, if he didn't have the Sanctuary Heart there, he would have died.
Definitely, yeah. I would have had to go down for that heart, like, right away. Oh.
This is a randomizer. You have a lamp now.
Very true.
Shoutouts to the raid. This has always been one of the smallest things, one of the funniest things, when you walk through that room with the Igors, I can just hit the switch behind them without even touching the enemy.
Yeah, that was one of the things I learned. Stalfos, thank you. When I started learning this game, it's like, I did not know you could just skip those guys. Those Stalfos like to get away from you.
Do you expect bony men without brains to follow orders?
I'm gonna grab an extra arrow case there. That messed up. Alright, Armos.
The quick strat for this is really neat.
Nice.
If you pull it off, you skip the final Armos' red jumping phase, which resets its health, but it's only 3 arrows, which isn't a big deal.
Yeah.
And you can kill the Armos Knights without the bow, it just takes forever.
Takes forever. It's key to leave 2 arrows in that last one, so you can kill it before it goes red and gets its health back, its ally side.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so after Eastern, head on down, get our boots, and we'll be on our way to Desert Palace.
Talking to the man whose name no one knows how to pronounce.
The hardest name in history of names.
What you call him? Sriracha?
Sahasrara, Sriracha, Sriracha, Sassy Rassy, whatever you want to call him.
It's totally Sasra, though.
Yeah. And I'm going to grab the 100 rupees behind him, which we're going to need later for Palace of Darkness entrance. There's two rupee routes you can do. You can either do what I just did there, or you can pull specific trees in the forest to get your money there. And with boots, we're going to start spin speed here on our first stair set. The way spin speed works is in the Japanese 1.0 version of Link to the Past. Once you get the boots and a sword and you're on stairs, or you could just be on the ground as well, but if you charge up your sword and release it, and then within 1 frame after that, if you tap A, you will be in a spin speed state, which is you can walk while in dashing speed. It is only able to do that in the Japanese 1.0 version.
There's like many tricks in this game. It's very odd.
Yeah, like right there, you can do it not on a stair set, and the second... Oh god, get in there. The second that you touch stairs, and go back onto regular ground, you'll be in dashing speed but walking. It's one of the weirdest glitches out there.
Shoutouts to this game encouraging reading, by the way.
Courage literature. Was a little bit too fast to control there. That's like one of the harder doors to enter in spin speed. The other thing is activating the warp on top of Turtle Rock in spin speed, because you're trying to hit these 3 hammer pegs and you're at Sonic speed level.
Yeah, as is kind of expected, the boots are the main source of speed in this game. For more reasons than you might think.
Yes, absolutely.
What was it? I think it was Ancient Stone Tablets, the BS Zelda version of this game, let you change directions while dashing, and that's pretty hot.
Oh yeah, yeah, I did remember that. And there's a ROM hack that allows that too. But I do remember one of the BS Zelda games. Yeah, it's like you could change directions and just keep going. So coming up, we have Desert Palace.
So what you said earlier about the spin speed, you said you had to tap the dash button within 1 frame of releasing the sword?
Correct.
It's not the same frame?
No, 1 frame later. Pretty sure it's a frame after. Because if you do it, is if you mash it, you notice if you mash it too fast, you won't get it. You have to have like this slight hesitation. That's why like if you do like this, like you slide your thumb over to hit the A button really quick method, it's like the best way to do it.
Yes, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
Also, who puts a key on a torch? That key is probably burning hot right now.
It's a hot key.
I feel like you're supposed to get the glow before you get that key. Oh wait, I just spoiled the dungeon item, I'm sorry. No.
That would make sense though, like if they put the key after you get your glove.
That cannonball room, you can dash through there in one go, but it's RNG, I think.
Yeah, those cannonballs are very much RNG.
Actually, can you manipulate that? Is it on a timer, or...?
I'm not sure. There probably is some frame-based timer on it, but I'm not sure.
I always know there's a sound cue as well as to whether or not you can dash through there.
Yeah, that too. You can hear them before you get up there. So we get our glove.
Sorry for spoilers.
Sorry for the spoilers, everybody. You do get the glove here.
And in the world of Zelda, you can't pick things up without gloves.
It's true. Except for bushes. So this is the most dangerous spin speed right here, but we're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Because
As
you can very much fall off that ledge there.
Yeah, if you hit your spin speed there, and you just hold down a little bit too long, ow, you will drop off the ledge and waste a ton of time, because then you have to go back through Desert Palace, like through the main entrance.
Also, these just did what's called a key dash right there.
Or a bracelet, that's true. All you just need is a bracelet.
Which is still the strangest thing, like you can't pick up bomb plants out of a bracelet, give me a break.
Ow.
Yeah, earlier Diesel pulled off a key dash, which normally, if you try dashing into a door with a key, you'll bonk off it, but the door will still open. But if you dash from a certain pixel, you can dash right through the door.
Yeah. And the setup for that one's like super easy. You just line yourself up on the bottom wall and dash. That's not good.
No. I'm more pleased. I think he's shutting down though. You might be safe.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna get another hit there. That's fine.
Ow. Well, at least there's hearts right there.
Yeah, I'll take the one heart. That's fine. I should be okay. Just gotta be a little careful here. I got 2 on the first one. So the key to Lamo is time your arrow shots.
This, in my opinion, is the most annoying boss in the speedrun.
Without a doubt.
It's just because, well, there's no real tell for what direction they're going to go. You can, if your timing is right, you can get at least one shot off as soon as they come out of the ground, but then they start moving and you can easily lose your aim.
Yeah, you can get lucky on like the first 2 cycles, but everything after that is completely random. That was a decent recovery, thank God, but
Indeed. Nice fight.
didn't waste all the arrows either. That's another key thing. Worm down.
But there's more worms.
I stopped too soon. It's fine. Sit right there.
Yeah, worth noting, I don't know if we brought this up yet, but in this run, save and quit is banned.
Oh yeah, I have not brought that up yet. So yeah, and no major glitches. It used to be, and some people still call it no S and Q, which is no saving and quitting. But yeah, there's no saving and quitting in this category whatsoever.
If there was, you could have just saved there and restarted a sanctuary to go to the mountain.
Exactly. So we're gonna do the fake flipper setup. There we go.
That's a silly Japanese 1.0 trick.
Another silly Japanese 1.0 trick. You gotta quickly to get in there. If you get hit while you're in fake flipper status, you will soft lock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so don't get it.
Yeah, don't get hit. That's pretty much rip run. And it's also a very not marathon safe strat either. So, but we got it. It's all good. And
Normally, though, you should be able to get through there fast enough. Go ahead.
The way fake flipper works is if you hit a screen transition on the same frame as you landing in the water, then the game is tricked into thinking that you have flippers. in that setup there, if you hug the bottom of the mountain wall there and line up to the bush and then just hold up and right and drop in, then it's a perfect setup every time. There's other things you can do. You can just like inch yourself to the transition and then just hop into the water and hold right, but that setup is pretty consistent.
And here we have who we in the randomizer community know as Gary. He talks too much.
Yes, Gary Oldman. Finest actors.
No, it's Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is someone else.
Oh.
He gives us the mirror because he can't stand looking at himself anymore. No.
And we're going to use spin speed here. It's very efficient, especially in these first 2 parts. It allows you to dodge those cabbage boulders pretty easily.
Death Mountain has like the most annoying enemies on it, and the boulders and the dead rocks down below. Those little things that turn into stone when you hit them. Oh, I hate those things.
Yeah, that is really annoying.
Meanwhile, Link is a bunny because he can't maintain his shape in the Dark World. Yet. Spoilers.
Spoilers. You have to grab this thing that looks like a brain to be able to live in the Dark World.
Looks like a brain, really?
I always thought it looked like a brain, like as a kid. Oh god, dashing the wrong way. My imagination as a kid was just, yeah.
But I've had my weird share of, weird visuals, I guess. See, according to the lore, when you go into the Dark World, you take on a shape that reflects your true self. And
what? Really?
That's the lore, so I'm not sure what the bunny part is about.
Why is he a bunny?
Like the guy turned into a ball is apparently that shape because he can't make up his mind or something.
Is Link really a furry, like, in his core?
I mean... maybe. He gets a slight upgrade in Twilight Princess and becomes a wolf instead.
Alright, run!
This tiny Moldorm's, giving you grief.
Yeah, a little bit. This is a learning session, everybody. I thought you guys knew that.
I know a bit too much about this game. I've played this game so many times, both non and randomized.
Which is why you were the perfect candidate for commentary.
I am kind of a nut for this series, so...
So Tower of Hera, we're going to be doing a bomb jump coming up here. I do want to hit this switch here so I can get health later. But I also want to grab at least one more heart right before this bomb jump. Just to be on the safe side, which could be over here. Son of a bitch. Alright, never mind. We're just gonna redo this dungeon, because mini Moldorms.
Moldorms are pretty unpredictable, and they do a heart of damage each, so they can be dangerous.
Yeah. If I'd have just charged down, I probably would have been fine. But, oh well.
By the way, foreshadowing.
Hey, we get another bomb.
Always nice.
Now, usually a death in Hera will come from none other than Moldorm, but I'm not used to dying there. But I was looking at my health. I noticed it was an issue.
You'll see why he raised the blue pigs later on. Now, bomb jumping, if I'm not mistaken, this actually works in every version of the game. Oh, dang.
Yeah, it does. Except when you don't get it and you fall down. I did the dash, like, just a hair too soon. It's okay. I gotta go back.
Yeah, it's fast to go through that room with the blue pigs down. Because pits are interesting in this game, because as you've seen, if you go along like the bottom half of the pit, you won't get sucked in.
Yeah, very true.
Same doesn't hold for the top half, though. Well, be the top half of the top pit sprite. The top half of the below bottom pit sprite. Yeah, you're going down.
There we go. It's very easy to just do that a second too soon.
I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like the bonking isn't even necessary. It's just kind of for show.
It's if you get close enough, like you don't have to do the bonk. You can be close enough to the ledge and then do it across. The bonking just makes it more consistent to where you don't have to be specifically as close to that point.
Ah, okay.
So it is a little bit safer to do the bonking.
Also, yeah, he raises the blue pegs and lowers the pink. I always see him as pink. What are they, red? I'm a little bit colorblind.
I look at him as red.
Okay, so I see him as pink because, like I said, I'm a tiny bit colorblind, but he lowers those so you can get to those hearts there as safety. To fight the most annoying boss in the game. Can be.
There we go. Yeah, it can be. That wasn't too bad.
Luckily, he got him first try, but his random patterns can really like screw you over.
Yeah, definitely one of the most random bosses in the game for sure. Along
Can
with
kill many a run.
The one thing you don't want to do is fall in the center hole, because that'll send you down 2 levels. You have to make that climb back up.
Mulcom is a jerk.
He's a super jerk. So we can spin speed there. We're going to head down to get our Master Sword. Quickest route there is through this cave here, because again we cannot save and quit. We want to dash along this wall, but stop at the very last second.
Oh yeah, I've many times bonked into that wall and fallen down the pit.
Yeah, you bonk the wall into the pit.
I'm actually curious now. I wonder how much time you'd save by saving and quitting in a speedrun like this.
I think, like, overall the category is... It's like 10 minutes faster, I think.
That sounds about right, actually.
Yeah. I took the wrong way. I'm supposed to go up. Now, we're gonna get this mushroom, but we get it on the way back after we get Master Sword. The reason we do that is just in case we accidentally pick it up the second time, because that mushroom will actually respawn, and you can pick it up again. It doesn't do anything, but it does end up back there, so we get it on the way back, just in case we don't pick it up twice.
That Master Sword theme is a classic theme that has been reused in almost every single game the Master Sword has been in, and some it hasn't been in.
Yeah, it's true, hasn't it?
Like Phantom Hourglass and maybe Spirit Tracks. Maybe not Spirit Tracks. But this game has so many classic themes, like Zelda's Lullaby. Get wrecked, Ocarina of Time, it was here first. I like to tease Ocarina of Time a lot, but I still like that game too.
Bring! Our hero Bring is gonna save Hyrule, everybody.
He's gonna bring them over. This is me. I try, just not very hard. I mean, what?
Try hard enough. Alright, so after Master Sword, head straight to Hyrule Castle to try to rescue Zelda once again. Bring mover.
That is true. This game is, the introduction to this game pretty much is the events of Ocarina of Time. Except in the timeline where Link dies fighting Ganon, apparently. I still don't understand that.
Yeah, I never understood that either.
That was like something nobody had thought of until Nintendo said, this is how it happened. And it made me think, you know what, maybe the timeline is BS.
Maybe they don't know what they're talking about over there. Alright, Agates Tower has a lot of interesting rooms to try to get through quickly. Different
It's
strats.
just a gauntlet.
Yeah, it's pretty much like an early gauntlet. There's a few different things you can do for, like, this room. There's like 2-3 different strats you can do to get through that room. Same with this one. We're gonna get that fairy now.
Here's another easy way. Okay, never mind, you got the fairy. But this would have been another easy key dash. You can just walk left from the chest and dash straight up.
Yeah. Yeah, I messed that up. Because I went for the heart. The one thing you don't want to do in this room, and that's bonk. It alerts all the guards to your attention.
And they being blue are envious of your blue swords. They want to kill you for it.
We're the only blue palette in this game.
This game, I'm not gonna say likes its mazes, but it has a couple of them. That's good. This game likes its mazes.
Yeah, it really does. Because even like if it's not an actual maze, like useless rooms I would be considered like part of the maze. Because there's a lot of dungeons with just useless rooms that do nothing in this game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend this game is a perfectly designed game. It's still my favorite Zelda game, one of my favorite games of all times, but it has its moments.
Oh yeah, get your blue ball guess in now, everybody.
I'm gonna be the most optimistic and say 0. It's not gonna happen, but we'll see.
We'll see. Could get that lucky. Ah, go away. We're gonna switch to boomerang here. It's a neat little strat you can do to get this key. That is if you do it right. There we go. And I'll grab this one. Well, I wasn't able to really show it off, but you can throw 2 pots at that soldier in the middle, which does house the key, and then use the boomerang to get it and go, but...
Sometimes the guard at the top can be very annoying, get in your way.
Yeah, he did get in my way a little bit. $15 is the max, yes.
Yeah, because you can get... You're guaranteed 1 laser beam per cycle, but then you can have... It's like 4 shots, then it's lightning, then repeat.
Yeah. Which is literally the worst RNG you can get, and I have seen it in a NMG match. I want to say like Scrivo had like 10 blue balls in an NMG tourney match.
Let's go behind the curtain. It is random room. It's like no point but to fight Aghanim.
Yes. So first one's guaranteed. Always a reflective shot, and everything after this could be blue
or as
ball.
he's sometimes called, Aggie.
Aggie. Ham and Aggie.
So far, so good.
Yeah, Scrivo's had 15 twice. That's insane.
Well, there's our first one. I lose.
Yeah. So we're at 1 blue ball now.
This can still be a 2-cycle, though. 2 blue balls is still a 2-cycle, which is still really good. Just still 2-cycle is technically the best you can do, but... There's a slow 2-cycle and there's a fast 2-cycle. 2-cycle? Yeah.
2-cycle.
Aghanim's pretty psycho.
Ah, what a jerk.
Dang. Last chance.
Hey! I'll take
There we
2.
go.
I'll take it.
Alright, chat. Who said 2? ClickSpark said 2.
GG.
What was Prime said 2? Good job, guys.
Nice, guys. Yeah, 2 blue balls is really good. I'll take that every time. Anything 3 and under is, I would consider, like, okay to really good.
So welcome to the longest exposition in the game.
Yeah.
Saus just talks your ear off. Meantime, all the maidens are dying in the crystals now.
This is definitely the longest dialogue in the game here. Just chat your ear off. I'm an old man, I got no one to talk to.
See, I just call that segment exposition whenever I get there. It's just, welcome to exposition, let me go do something else for a minute.
Yeah.
Mash A while checking Discord.
So coming up in Palace of Darkness, we'll be doing another nifty little bomb jump, which is it's definitely a lot more important, but a little bit more tricky as well to get the hammer in the big chest.
First, we're going to pay a visit to Kiki the monkey, and no, they do not run a delivery service.
Nope. That's unfortunate. Soup victory.
It's a random thing about this game, because random things bug me. I'm pretty sure this is the only palace in the game with the syntax is Palace of Darkness instead of just Dark Palace. Everyone else is just like Swamp Palace, Eastern Palace, Desert Palace.
It's very true.
And Link Between Worlds is Dark Palace. That makes Link Between Worlds a better game. Actually, I like this game more. Link Between Worlds is pretty good though, but
Yeah, no, it is. I love Link Between Worlds. Movie game.
I find it a little bit too derivative. Like, I would have liked something more original, but for what it is, it's still pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh. So this route that we use for Palace of Darkness, when I first started running NMG, it changed to what it is now. So it first started going right side first, grabbing the key in that chest, then coming, oh god, and then coming back, going the wrong way. But now it has you dropping to the basement below, getting the small key there, and then go getting your big key, and then you just get that other key on your way to the back end of pod. So
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it still confuses me sometimes, like as we saw there, I was heading to the right, but this is the fastest route.
The fastest thing alive. Wait.
Not me. You'll also see me menu on like changing directions, because that's ideally like when you're, especially when you're using dash and you want to stop on a specific point, it's really helpful to do that. So grab that and then we'll head up from here.
Coming up is the silliest bomb jump in the game.
Super silly.
There's so many different setups for this bomb jump.
Yeah, there are a lot. Alright, that should be good for there. And that should be good for there.
Looks good to me.
Yep.
Perfect.
A little bit too many buffers than I would have liked, but it was still pretty good. First try, you still want to get it, no matter what. If it takes a couple extra buffers, that's fine.
It's very difficult to line it up, that's why you pause buffer.
Yeah. So like right there, when I was picking up that chest for the big key, pause, switch to mirror, and go.
And we got the MC Hammer, by the way.
Yes. It's a cameo.
Contrary to him, we can touch this.
It's a cameo. Only cameo in the game. Just hit that switch so you can skip the center part.
I told you this game was a gem of the 90s.
You're true. And that's our first hammer dash, actually, that we'll see from me. You're gonna see another one coming up here soon.
Yeah, item dashing is another thing unique to Japanese 1.0. Where if you push the dash button and the item button at the same time, for most items, we use them at the same time.
Yeah.
So you can just hammer dash right through pegs, or... There's another variation of spin speed, actually, where if you use the hook shot while item dashing on stairs, it'll activate speed. But generally speaking, would spin speed be faster?
If you have hookshot equipped already, then that's faster.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have to switch to hookshot, then it's better to just do regular spin speed.
Yeah, we have full health here.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't see that I was at full health, so...
yeah, if you're full health here, you can just laser beam that switch and save a menu.
Yeah, which I failed to realize. Infinite turtle room.
Yeah, these turtles suck.
Yeah. It was an okay setup, but they got away from me.
Should have called them with their real names, Terror Pins.
Terrapins!
Zelda games have some strange enemy names, dude.
Alright, Helmasaur. Here we go.
There's a key dash you can do to that room too, but finding the pixel for it is a little bit difficult.
Yeah, I prefer not to go for it, as I usually fail at it. Avoid crap. That's fine.
Helmasaur can be pretty tough to do because of movement patterns and whatnot.
There's like a running back there, jeez.
And he hits you for like what, 2 hearts plus poison 3.
Yeah, the tail does too, and it's like the hardest to dodge.
So if you're playing this game like casually, normally you'd have more hearts by now, so and maybe bottles and potions, so it'd be a little bit safer. But in the speed run, it's a little bit more risky.
Yeah. So there's actually 2 methods you can actually do that fight. One is super slow, and one is the hammered fight. When I was a kid, I actually never realized to use the hammer on Helmasaur, and I just used a crap load of bombs. So if if you let the bomb explode underneath, like Helma's mask, it'll slowly crack away.
Which is really cool though that there's multiple ways you can beat these bosses. Well,
Yeah.
most of them anyway.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 I can think of that require a certain method.
So first, Maiden rescued from Crystal. The dialogue is just more mashing.
Mm-hmm.
Each and every one.
You save her life and she rewards you by talking a lot.
This is why I'm thankful.
To be fair, it is lore. I do like lore.
Yeah, very true. This is like, that's actually like where you get all of the lore too, really, is in those parts right there. So you really don't find it anywhere else in the game.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you talk to like NPCs and such, but in the
Yeah.
speedrun you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they don't say that much though, yeah, so you get a good chunk of it right there.
It's one of my favorite things about this game though too, is because like, it feels like you're actually hearing about stories and stuff from these people. So it really enhances the atmosphere, I guess you could say.
So there's another example of hammer dashing right there. If you just mash dashing and your item button at the same time, you'll use whatever you're using in your Y item and dash, and in that case it'll go, oh lord, go right through all the pegs. It's a tree with a bomb in its mouth. Sorry, dude.
So here we meet Tree Boy. He came to the Dark World but lost his flute. He needs your help to find it.
Oh, just one little block away.
That's another cool piece of world building right there, is that the flute boy right there, like he fades away because he's just a shade of himself. Then when you go to the Dark World, you meet the actual flute boy. But you don't go back in this game.
Nah, you never see him.
See, here's the thing. He's slowly morphing into a tree, so he asks you to play the flute one more time. You do, and then he turns into full tree. And just... poor Tree Boy.
So that's one of the best spin speeds in the game right there, or the run, is you can skip that, oh I already have it up. You can skip that entire section by hitting the first ladder there and just going straight up. They call that the Usain Bolt room.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Love it.
But yeah, Link to the Past was the first game to have an ocarina. I don't think it's so much giving up on life as it is the Dark World is just morphing him.
Can do another nifty little spin speed here too as well.
So here's his safety strat.
Yep, so this is one of the first safeties we get is the powder.
Oh, second. First was Sanctuary Heart.
Oh yeah, true, yeah, that is technically a safety, so yeah. Guess Y item safety. That is some fantastic emote work right there.
It sure is. All these frogs in chat.
So we go right into the Dark World from the top portal up here. Only time we'll be using this portal.
Yeah, normally you would go to a swamp. Yeah, Swamp House second.
Yes, correct. So yeah, like in the NMG run, we do not follow the intended order of dungeons. So Pod was number 1, obviously. We have to do that one first. But after that, we head to Thieves Town, which is actually the 4th intended dungeon. And
there's these handy little pigs right there. You can just come right around.
yes, exactly. And the reason
Which
we
I
do
feel like have to
that
be intentional.
is to get Titan's Mitts as soon as we can, so we can go get the Tempered Sword, which will make everything that we have to attack much faster. We don't go to Swamp until it's like the third to last dungeon, which is actually the second intended dungeon.
Yeah, Link to the Past is actually a very non-linear game. Well, once you get to the Dark World anyway. You still have to do Dark Palace first, or at the very least get the hammer. But after that, you can do some other stuff besides just go straight to Skullwoods or Swamp House. I tongue-tie myself on Link to the Past dungeons all the time. It's a problem.
Yeah, same. I almost took a rando route there and went for that other chest, but I caught myself last time. I've not opened any unnecessary chests this run so far, so I'm pretty proud.
Oh, we're waiting.
No! It's not gonna happen.
Or will it?
Could though. Very much well could. I tend to pick the wrong chest in Turtle Rock when getting the small key in the torture room.
Oh, those fire bars, by the way, are also one of the most annoying enemies in the game. Not in this dungeon so much, but later dungeons, they can, like, just pick a direction that can totally screw up your route.
Yeah. Almost had the Hellway there. I was just off by a couple pixels to the left.
They call that the Hellway, but I'm sure they never played Castlevania 1 and met the real Hellway. Just had to get it out there. That's just like the compass, I believe, in this chest, isn't it?
That one is actually bombs.
Bombs.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's your clue for the room.
Yeah, I think compass is like in the first screen.
Yeah, it's actually been so long since I played vanilla that I remember like some default item locations for like map and stuff, but
right. Grab that just in case.
And there's why powder is useful. Those enemies are free health.
Oh yeah. So those are the anti-fairies, in which if you you powder them, they turn into fairies, and also the little yellow spinny things. I don't know what the name is, but if you
I always forget what those are called.
I do too. And if you powder them before they start moving, they will also turn into fairies.
Yeah, once you start moving though, you can't powder them anymore.
Yeah, if you know there's one actually under a pot, which is actually this one to the left, you can actually powder the pot, and the fairy will come out and oh god.
Mm-hmm.
This guy always likes to come up the center and get you.
Yeah, he does that a lot. It's like, he does it so often that I swear it's intentional.
Yeah, like he goes directly up the center. Blocks your path.
I don't think they have any pathing, but...
I don't know, man. It seems all too common for them to do it.
Yeah. There's the Titan's Mitt, the stronger glove, which lets you pick us up the darker rocks. Which is kind of funny. Someone pointed this out before, and now I kind of agree that, like, honestly, the first tier glove should have been smaller rocks, and the second tier should have been big rocks. Because what does the color of the rock have to do with its weight?
Yeah, that's true too. If they just made them like a little bit bigger. I don't need
That's what Link Between Worlds does, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm not used to fighting blind without puns, because for some reason in Randomizer they gave him puns every time we fight him, which I'm not opposed to.
Some of them are pretty good.
I wonder if they
it's
like
a required text box they can't get rid of or something.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna bring up. I wonder if that was the case, but
So yeah, blind is mostly a scripted fight. You can keep blind up top. Usually, if you let blind dance around a little bit too long, blind will go to the bottom of the screen. You don't want that.
In my opinion, blind is the hardest boss to what's the word? Figure out in the speedrun at first, but once you get used to him,
to learn it, yeah, it really is, because if you want to do the scripted fight, you have to know exactly what to do.
Because he seems very random, but it's actually kind of set, so if you manipulate that, it becomes really easy.
Yeah. Since dungeon number 2, after Thieves, we are going to head down and get our Tempered Sword before we head up to Skullwoods. First stop we do is this little hut right here. We're going to get 300. And there's another hut here in Thieves Town, which has another 300.
So, the village of outcasts here is actually the, or like, well, it's a den of thieves. That's why the dungeon was called Thieves Town. So, obviously, you're just raiding their treasure hoards.
Yeah. That's why there's so much money here, but it's so conveniently placed to get an easy tempered sword once you finish Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I shouldn't say tempered sword, but you're getting these rupees for the flippers later on.
I do need 10 rupees to get this orb. I mean, you
We
can
do
find 10
need
anywhere.
those whopping 10 rupees to buy his tempered sword.
Very important, 10 rupees. The most important 10 rupees in the run. I think I'm joking, but I'm kind of serious.
It's very true, though. The fact that these guys only charge 10 rupees to make a badass sword is just too good.
So I gotta love how there's 3 confirmation boxes here.
Yep. We can charge your sword. Temper my sword. Alright, it'll be 10 rupees. Pay 10 rupees. Okay, are you sure you want to temper your sword? Yes, temper my sword after I already gave you my money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, accidental map. That's my first accidental map.
Yeah, hitting the map on accident is very possible and annoying. It's on the X button, which is right above the attack button. Or the item button, rather.
Yeah. So to trigger the amount of time needed to get your temper sword made, you just hop back into the light world and go back and forth, and you're good.
By the way, if anyone's curious, that purple chest contains a bottle. But we don't get bottles in this run.
No. So we're gonna grab the other 300, and that'll put us at 600. Clearly enough rubies for our flippers, which we will need. Coming up here. 500 rupees for some flippers, but you just want a tempered sword. It's only 10.
That's the last time you spend money in this run. So might as well make it the biggest purchase in the game.
It's true. So Skullwoods has a lot of rooms, which are pretty useless in the speedrun. All just twists and turns, all just maps, compasses, keys.
There are
Really,
exactly 2 chests you need in this dungeon.
yes. There's only 2 that you actually need. I need to get rid of these guys.
So I figured out just playing this game casually, you can skip like 80% of the dungeon. So when it came time to learn the speedrun of this, I'm like, okay, let's just do everything I've been doing normally.
Pretty much. Nothing too different when it comes to Skullwoods. So we're gonna hop in here, we're gonna get the big key, and then we're going to head back to one of the first entrances and get the fire rod. That room's a little tough, mostly because of the Gibdos, those little mummy-looking dudes.
Oh yeah. Also, we haven't talked about the mirror much, have we?
No, we have
Like how
not.
you- Yeah, the mirror takes you from the dark world to the light world, but it also takes you to the entrance, the last entrance you came in through, which is very useful for going swiftly.
There we go. Yeah, I use the mirror a lot in this run.
Very handy item.
Well, death warping is not allowed for the most part. Using the mirror is always the best alternative if you ever need to.
I've always wondered how would they judge it if it's like an accidental death.
Yeah, that too. It would,
It's like if you die en route to something, you have to go redo everything. That's obviously not one, but
yeah,
what if you're accidentally dying on the way back and it saves you time?
there's really not that many opportunities where it could, but in the few that it could, I could see where. Menu? Thank you.
That happens a lot. If you try to select an item too fast, you won't get there.
Yeah. So that's a pretty easy key dash. If you start from the beginning of the door, you'll get it pretty much every time.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say you missed one earlier, too, when you got Titan's Bit. If you just dash right out the room into the key door, it'll go right through.
I'm going to grab this fairy here for Moth.
Most of the time, if there's a locked door, you can just dash from the entrance that you came in through and it'll work. Now we fight the actual worst boss in this game.
Now, we've said there's some pretty bad bosses before. This is actually literally one of the worst.
And like, it's not even just because of the fight itself. Like, did you know if you attack Mothula, this boss right here, and he lands in spikes, the damage will negate and you won't take any? That's why this fight can be very long, or annoying, or awful. But thankfully SDiezal managed to make it go by pretty fast.
Yeah, it could be all of those things. Should have been a little bit faster, but like Satellite said, if you attack Mothula against the spikes, the damage is nullified, and then you just have to keep going.
Oh, and yes, you can do this, but whatever you do, don't fight Mothula with a golden sword.
Yeah,
it just passes right through him.
It's very true. I actually forget about that.
That's because there really is no earthly reason why you should have gold sword fighting Mothula. I mean, you could save Skullwoods for last and do Ice Palace and Mizramire first, but...
Yeah, it's like the programmers are like, there's no way this will ever be a situation. And they just didn't even, like, put it in.
Thankfully, something they fixed in Randomizer, though.
Yeah.
Not so much the spike part. I'm not convinced that can be fixed.
Alright, so after Skull, we're going to do our first little shopping trip of the run.
Don't you just love shopping?
Love shopping. So the next dungeon we do is Ice Palace. But before we do that, we need to go buy the flippers. And get our medallion that we're going to need for Meyer. Or, no, I'm sorry. Wait, no, T-Rock. Yeah, T-Rock. Yeah, you get Quake from Catfish, and you Quake for T-Rock, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this before we head into Ice Palace.
Yet the Catfish resides at the Lake of Ill Omen. Which, when I was a kid, and whenever I read that sign, I didn't read the word ill. I thought it was a Roman numeral 3. So, like, what does 3 omen mean?
3 omen. Omen of 3.
And Ocarina of Time had a well of 3 features or something like that. And I was like, is this a reference to that thing in Link to the Past? But now I know it isn't.
So grab our Quake medallion here, we're gonna use Mirror, and then go up and buy our flippers.
Yes, before King Zora was a big blue blob that took ages to move, he was a flipper vendor.
Professional swimmer.
Which is not one of the funniest things in this series to me. Sometimes swimming is fine, like Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild, Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess, you can swim just fine, but other times, you can't swim without this magical ability. Swimming is that special in the Zelda universe, apparently. Maybe they're just afraid of the Zoras, I believe it.
It's kept those flippers all these years long. Oh, I almost went left. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, you only go that way if you're playing 100% or a randomizer.
So from here, there's a warp right below the waterfall. It's going to take us right to Ice Palace. It is actually a little bit faster, if you can get in there, than flying to 8 and then going in. Just a little bit faster, a couple seconds.
It cuts off a little bit of travel time from walking over and swimming back all the way up there. Now make sure you don't blink or you'll miss this dungeon.
Yeah. This is a pretty fast dungeon, mostly because we're going to be doing another bomb jump, which allows us to skip a huge chunk of just unnecessary wandering in the later half of the dungeon.
Bomb jump is easier than it looks, as long as you know what you're doing.
Yeah. It's pretty safe, as long as you have health and enough bombs, and there's a bunch of visual cues you can use to do it, but we'll explain it when we get there.
Yeah, there was a chart I used that was a little bit weirdly worded and laid out, but once I got the gist of the chart, it was very easy to understand.
Yeah. It's really cool, like, a lot of the, oh, nope, missed it.
Rebound, dang it.
I went for the rebound. It's really cool, a lot of the visual-based strats, there's a lot of different cues you can use.
Mm-hmm. This is a very versatile game. Decently versatile run as well. I mean, the most optimized runs have, like, a definite way of doing it, but...
Yeah.
If you're not, like, going for, like, world record or anything, the run is pretty clean.
So we're gonna hit that switch before we head down. It's gonna bring up the pegs here. And we're gonna use this little tiny peg. Crap, I wasn't positioned right. Damn it. There we go.
There's some strong gravity in that pit today.
So there's a little, we're gonna use a little pixel on the left side of that ledge there that you line up with to lay the bomb. First try! And then the second part of the strat is lining it up again.
Yeah, I always use the shadow to line up for the bomb drop. Then you use your sword to line up with the bomb
for the second part. Yeah, so you line up your sword where it's like a pixel below the bomb, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, it depends on where you set the bomb. Like, say if your shadow covers all but 2 or 3 pixels, then your sword has to be a pixel below the bomb. But if you're only covering up 1 pixel, then the sword has to be touching the bomb.
Yep.
That probably didn't make any sense, but it did
yeah,
to us.
Like it's a lot easier on paper to like look at.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab this fairy for safety reasons, mostly, aka cold stare coming up.
Actually got that guide set up. Actually, I might as well go grab it real quick. In case chat is interested.
It is more of a marathon safety strat, because if you die to cold stare, it is a huge waste of time, because you have no magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I got away from me a little bit, but covered.
There's another strat you can do. I still haven't figured it out, but yeah, dying to cold stare, die IRL. I agree.
That's the most truest statement ever.
But yeah, if you go into full health, if you time sword beams with the fire rod, you can make the shell break faster and save some magic. This game is weird.
Yeah, they got away. It got away from me, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. And our prize is more exposition. After we've cold stared down eternity.
There is a thing though, like if you're in a race and you die to cold stare, it's actually faster to go to swamp next and then come back and do ice after.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about how cold stare is the best Zelda boss name in history?
It really is. The way it's spelled is even better. Oh, what am I doing? This way. This way. So then, after Swamp, we're going to do our last little shopping session. We're going to go get Ether, which we'll need for entrance into Misery Mire. And then we'll get Ice Rod, which we'll need for Turtle Rock. Now, there's really no specific time that you need to go get these items. As long as you get them before heading up to Turtle Rock. Now, a lot of people like to go get Ice Rod after Mire.
Yeah, the Ice Rod's pretty cool. That's a different ether. Quick spark.
Swamp Palace, though, is it's a nice little breather dungeon. It gives you it's like we were saying earlier, it's the second intended dungeon of the Dark World, so everything's not out to kill you as bad. The enemies don't do as much damage. It's a pretty linear and straightforward dungeon. There's really not a lot of exploring and other places you need to go, so it's a really good spot in the run to like just kind of catch a little bit of a breather mentally.
It's a chill dungeon with a neat mechanic.
Yeah, it really is.
And the best item in the game.
So we'll be getting the best item, the hookshot.
Well, spoilers, no.
Oh,
Which would also become a standard in the series. Until Breath of the Wild.
It's true, though.
I still really love that game, but I still think a hookshot could have worked well in that environment.
Absolutely.
Like a little bit of an extra help while climbing. They apparently considered one as a rune, but they didn't have it. Because they hate me specifically. Okay, I'm done.
Let's replace the magnet thing with hookshot.
The magnet's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it's true. I do like the magnet. It's used a lot, I think, in the speedrun, too.
That and stasis. So about Link to the Past, no.
So in this room, we're going to hit the switch, pull that lever, and then we're going to make sure to hit the switch again on the way out. Very important that you hit this again. If you do not hit that switch, then you will have to come all the way back when you realize you forgot to hit it to get the big key, because there are pegs in your way.
It can be very aggravating.
Yeah.
Especially if you forget. It's very easy to forget sometimes.
Yeah, especially when, like, because this dungeon is so linear and it's just so, you know, you're pretty much doing the same thing over. Really nothing crazy going on that it's really easy to forget about it. It's like do daydreaming. Zelda. Where they gave you 2 hook shots, yeah.
Yeah, Skyward Sword did that too. I think it was pretty fine in both games, but I don't know. I could give or take 2 hook shots. One's just fine enough for me. Imagine like paragliding with the hook shot attached to something pulling you around. That left chest, I'm pretty sure it's just 20 rupees.
Yeah, the one on the left, it's completely useless. So we just go for the one on the right, which has our big key. And head right to this way.
It's pretty late in Skyward Sword, I think, when they give you the doubles. And there it is. And we immediately use it, which is like the best part of it. Like, here's this cool thing, start using it.
Start using it like right away. Now, hookshot is helpful for a lot of things. One also being that it will negate your like it'll pretty much give you like iframes while you're using the hookshot. Nothing can damage you.
Oh yeah, that's
use that a lot in like Ganon and a few other places.
just one of the most useful things about it, besides the mobility.
Yeah.
Like, if you're playing randomizer and you find this but not the boots, you can use that to like speed up a little bit by grabbing onto things and pulling you forward. I love this item.
Hookshot is really useful.
It is fun though, seeing how like later games in the series mess with the hookshot a bit. Like, I think it was Oracle of Ages that had the switch hook, where it's like a hookshot, but it grabs something and it swaps you. So it does some pretty cool puzzles with that. I think it's Ages. I don't think it's Seasons. It could be Seasons. It's been a while.
There we go. So there is a neat little strat you can do where you can kill all of those those puffballs like immediately. But if you do it like pretty much the regular strat, the best thing you want to do is shorten your distance between you and Argus. That way there's less distance for the hook shot to go and grab it and just keep going. With a tempered sword, it only takes 1 hit to kill. Oh, excuse me. All of the puffballs. So just get as close as you can and then just go away. Nothing too crazy. There is a very wicked, like super quick strat to that fight where you hold out you hold out your sword and like you dash and it hits all of the puffballs. It's really crazy.
Oh wow. But yeah, if you kill like all the little puffballs, just slightly too late because Argus has cycles where like they'll fan out. But like if you kill like the puffball at the last second, he will sit still like he's fanning out the little puffballs before he'll take off and become vulnerable.
Yep.
Ever played Zelda 1? He's basically a evolved Patra.
Yeah, I remember in Zelda 1. It's like, this is ridiculous. It's very true. So before we head to Mire, we're gonna go ahead and grab our medallion and the ice rod, and that will pretty much finish up all the other items that we need to get in the run.
The nice rod.
The nicest of rods.
It's pretty chill.
Chill rod?
Chill penguin?
No, it's coming up next, man. Mega Man's next, or after Metroid.
Would have said chill man, but that was Mega Man and base, right? That game sucks. Wait, that's no. Chill man's 10. Cold man is base. Cold man, just temperature man.
Temperature man.
No, chill man's good. 10 is great. 10 is the best Mega Man game. Fight me.
Alright, so we are going to head up and get our ice rod from here.
Yeah, Ether and Ice Rod are both ice weapons, so.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Cozy Man. I like Cozy Man. That's my dog.
Specific range of temperatures, man. Yeah, pretty much. When's hot, man? Wait.
Oh, we got Heat Man.
Oh, heat, hot. You can argue the different things.
Yeah, true.
We'll be seeing spooky action glitch. Talking about the Mire Ghost.
I think he means the Mire Fire Rod strat, in which, no. I never actually, if that's what you're referring to, I never learned that. Couldn't wrap my head around how, like, it actually works.
But will we get bird toss?
It doesn't look like it. I think the bird... Oh, he's outside of the wall.
Dang it.
I didn't
So
get up there
you can actually pick
fast
up that
enough.
frozen bird and throw him in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's outside.
We'll send him off.
Fly free, dead frozen chunky bird.
I seriously doubt he was going to survive the melting process, so... Got away from me.
So welcome to my least favorite dungeon in this game.
I'm not a crazy fan of Mire.
I could have eaten that bird.
Saved it for Ganon as a peace offering. Let bygones be bygones. Here. Have this bird.
Yeah, I had a weird relationship with this dungeon. I went from like not really remembering it much, then to liking it, then to playing it a bunch of randomizers and deciding, no, this dungeon's layout is
It is one of the weirdest like layouts in all of the dungeons, that's for sure.
like when you're playing casually and you know where to go, it's fine, but
yeah,
randomizer made me hate this dungeon.
If you that and like if you're playing this dungeon for the first time, it can be very confusing. There's a neat little strat you can do here. So while you're pushing blocks, you can also use Y items in some occasion. If you use the mirror, like we saw when we were going into Swamp, if you use the mirror while you're pushing blocks, it'll actually make them disappear. When you use the fire rod while pushing blocks, you can use the fire rod and it'll pass through the block. So in this case, you can actually speed up that section by not having to like actually go into the torch and hit it if you use the fire rod strat.
That's also present in all versions. The shooting over items part, not the mirror blocking. Fortunately,
Yeah.
that was patched.
Yeah, that was patched.
Basically, the most important things were patched in later versions. That's why Japanese is 1.0 is preferred. Actually, come to think of it, did they ever re-release those patch versions in Japan?
I want to say maybe they did. I'm not sure though.
It could be. I mean, they re-released Ocarina of Time like 20 times on the 64.
Yeah.
Not really, but
That's true.
yeah, 1.0, 1.1, and 1.2, I believe, were the versions of Ocarina of Time. For this one, I want to say Link to the Past was like 1.2 or something. But I'm not sure on that.
It's a rough room. So we get our Arcana Samaria, and then we head to the exit from there. I'm gonna get this fairy real quick, just for safety reasons. We're gonna be getting one more right before we fight Vitreous, and I'll grab this magic as well.
Vitreous is a pretty cool strat.
Yeah, and the way we really utilize the strat for Vitreous, not have to worry about health, is get full health right before it.
You need help for this strat.
Yeah. There we go.
Can you believe some people do this room in the dark in randomizer?
Guilty.
This guy right here.
Do a neat little cane dash here. Nice.
So this next room is part of the reason why I don't like this dungeon. It really feels like they ran out of ideas for this room.
Oh,
It's just...
no.
Oh, shoot.
No, dude, no.
Well, here's another reason I don't like this dungeon.
Oh, I did not even notice.
So he's down a bomb, so he can't progress there, because he needs to bomb open the wall to hit another switch. Another reason to hate that room.
That's okay. I know where we can get a quick bomb here. It's not a huge time loss.
Your backup strats are very important. In any speedrun.
Yeah, I used my last bomb. Where did I even use it? I think it was in Ice Palace.
Sounds about right. And you haven't found a single bomb since then. Sometimes this game can be cruel with its item drops.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I think you use it for Ice Rod.
So I think we're gonna go, yeah, the bomb slugs, which are over here. Quickest way is to hit that. Just go.
I was gonna say, I thought you would go all the way around to that conveyor room for the bomb
No,
slugs.
no. I could have probably, yeah, just actually went straight up. I didn't even think about that.
Pretty sure you can come in to the left there.
Alright. So
And there we go.
bombs now.
Ooh.
Dum da dum dum dum. Sorry about that. Minor hiccup. I have done that at least once or twice in a on PB pace run. Just complete, like, not even realize I'm short bombs when I get to that room.
And Diesel, I can't believe you just blew it.
And I'm just like, well, that's nice.
In case you're wondering, yes, I am the worst.
Alright, so I do believe I need to hit that switch again. I think, yeah.
Since you mirrored, yeah.
Lay the block there, go up a little bit, let it hit, and then go. Bomb!
Also, yeah, if you don't time that properly, the spike can intercept your little blast there.
Yeah. Pretty much have to, like, get through that first part as quickly as possible.
So the fire rod strat he was alluding to, I don't know at all how it works, but if you enter this room and shoot a fire rod blast a certain way, it'll actually trigger the switch off screen somehow. You can just go right through.
Yeah, like I won't even try to explain it because I don't understand it either. But you have to like fire rod the anti-fairy.
It is probably the weirdest thing in this game, hands down.
Yeah,
maybe.
at the most specific spot, and it hits that switch. So.
I had a similar time. The most similar thing I've had happen to me was fighting Moth, and I shot down with a fire rod and it still hit him somehow.
Oh wow.
Here's his Vitreous strat.
Wow.
Oh. So if you get bad luck with that lightning, you can really just destroy your strategy here.
Yeah, I'll take it a little safe here.
His Vitreous' lightning is very... The bird sets the height value, is that true? I'd believe it because of this game.
I believe it too. Just enough arrows.
Yeah, Vitreous requires 8 arrows there. He had the exact number.
So yeah, I messed up you pretty much deboost on the outside of Vitreous and then use the iframes to go inside the eyes and then release your spin. You do that 2 times on each side and it pretty much kills the eyes right away, and then just 8 arrow shots for...
Yeah, if you have enough health, it's very safe.
I wish Click Spark, that would be a really nice feature.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single Zelda game where your health increases when you're in critical mode. There might be a ring for that in the Oracle games, but other than that, I think there might be a thing in Minish Cap too, but...
Alright, final Crystal Dungeon. We're gonna head to Turtle Rock. We are all set to go.
That's my favorite style of music.
We switch to mirror at the end of that fight so we don't save ourselves a menu here. And we can go.
I feel like I'm asking this really late, but have there been any donations or anything?
I'm not sure if they would like to shout out some donations.
Not right now. Not right now. But there are definitely incentives. For example, the Super Metroid one coming up after this game, which is Save or Kill the Animals. We still are at $56 for Kill the Animals. So if you would like to change that, keep these donations coming.
Sounds good.
I guess the interest of Turtle Rock, where you have to randomly guess which peg's the hammer.
So like I was saying earlier, yeah, trying to spin speed and hammer those pegs at the same time is always fun.
Spin speed sure is a good time.
Yeah, it's good times with spin speed. Just walking too fast, man. Also, do your item menus mid-jump or like mid-transition, or like turning transition. I don't know why I did that. Saves you a menu when you don't have to do it on the ground.
Yes, the secret second usage of the Scana Somaria, which is pretty cool.
It's a moving platform. So use hook shot there, just skip the rest of it, and just go right to the back. And we're good there. I mistimed the hook shot there. You can use a hook shot and the roller pin will go right over you if you time it right. It's very easy to pick up that left chest. It is completely useless. So far, I am 0 unnecessary chest opened.
Perfect. How long will it last?
Will it last? There's always Ganon's Tower.
And that could be the one.
Get away from me. go probably for the safer strat here for the chompy room. Damn, I probably could have went for the swag, but oh well. Oh, get out of there! Go! Run! Run! Okay. This
That is the worst room in the game.
This chomps do a ton of damage with great
Yeah, the
mana.
chomps hurt. Their movement is random. Terrible combinations.
Yeah, they are. That's one of the worst rooms in the run, for sure. So all we gotta do here is go to the center, get the big key. I'm gonna grab this fairy first. Oh, or all 4 fairies, sure. That works. If you position your spin right, you can kill the pokies in one. Well, technically it's 2 hits, but in 1 spin. You just have to position yourself to where the pokey will kind of like rebound off the wall or whatever, and then hit it right back to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just you gotta get close enough. As long as you're close enough to the pokey, you're
I might reference an old meme. Ooh, faster pokey.
okay.
Nice mid 2000s meme or so.
Set up for this room by doing that. In some cases, those 2 pokies will like join together. You can spin and kill them both at the same time.
Or get a lucky fire rod shot off.
Yeah, that too. Fire Rod will kill them in 1 shot as well. Okay. Never had that issue before. It's fine. Oh my god! That's fine.
It's a cool thing here. You can actually bonk over that spike roller.
Yeah, if I got to the room the way I wanted to, I would have been able to show that off, but it's fine. It's not many things you can bonk over, but there are a few things that you can, like the roller pins, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. It's just such a fun thing to look at too. And there's the usage of the hook shot negating damage. That's why the hook shot is the best weapon. It grants you immortality.
This is true, though. Laser bridge room. We have to go to the last chest on the bottom left here to get the small key. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. There we go. Crap.
Yeah, that guy is just the worst.
Just to be safe, I don't trust myself here. Let me get this exit just in case.
Yeah, this safety exit will respawn Diesel there if he dies here or at the boss.
Unfortunately, dies.
Please don't die.
Unsuccessful key dash, but we got in there. We can get some health.
We actually just got a donation from yours truly, the satellite.
Oh!
Oh, thank you so much for the $10. You said, best of luck to all marathon runners, and especially to Luis, Medu, and Sopa. Put this towards safety animals, even though it will lose. Thank you so much, man.
Nice.
No problem.
Thanks for the
Awesome.
donation, dude. Appreciate that. So coming up is Trinex.
One of the better bosses, but he is a bit of a puzzle boss.
Alright, not bad. This fight can be pretty tough trying to learn, because there's multiple ways you can do this fight. You can either kill him the intended way up front, or you can do the backdoor method, which I did by running behind Trinex before his head started moving, and take out the left head first. And then if you're fast enough, you can get to the right head before the right head shoots the ice, which is what you definitely want.
Mm-hmm. You gotta make sure you pause and change your weapon before the first head explodes, because you won't be able to pause while the wall's exploding.
Very true, yeah. So, like, yeah, you have to switch to Fire Rod before the explosion, because if not, then you have to wait till after, and it's super slow. That gives the that head on the right more time to shoot the ice. Ice head.
One thing I never knew before learning this game, that you can hurt Trinex by hitting its head during the final snake phase.
Yeah, that too. That I never knew that either until I started running this game. It's like the
But
head
once
is-
once his his belly starts glowing, then you can't hit that head anymore.
Yeah.
Like I said many times, this game is weird.
There we go. So the easier way to spin speed once you get the hook shot is to item dash while on the stairs, and that's just hold Y and tap A, mash them at the same time to activate it.
That one's the same frame one.
Yeah, that's the same frame.
It's the spin speed that's frame later.
Spin speed is charge up your sword, let it go, and then 1 frame later tap A.
Here we have Ganon's Tower. It's okay, I guess.
It's my favorite dungeon in the game, just because of all the cool little strats you can do. My arrow count is a little not good, but we can get a few arrow pickups here in this dungeon before we get to the part where we'll need them.
You need exactly 8 arrows to get through this dungeon because they have more red mimics that require them.
Yeah, 8 in the later half, and then I'm gonna need enough for Ice Armos as well.
If I recall right, there were only 2 enemies in the game that require arrows. The red Igors, like the teddy bear things with 1 eye, and the red mimics.
There we go.
I don't think you're ever... I take it back. No, I already take it back. You're required to kill 2 red Igors for Eastern Palace.
Yeah, those 2.
The mimics were for some reason called Gorillaz in English, which is the name of a boomerang throwing enemy in the original Zelda game.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember them. Is there anything here? So I can get some arrows and normally the room that we would skip, this teleporter room, but I need to get the arrows in this one. So you can bonk right there and skip this teleporter, but I need that right there, and then I can get arrows
Perfect.
right before the bridge coming up here. And then we'll get more arrows after Ice Armos. Oh, I knew he was gonna do it! I knew it! I knew it.
Those little Helmosaurs are a pain.
I didn't get away from him fast enough. There we go. Let's go away. So spunk over by running into that pot there.
Bonk strats are always the best.
Oh yeah. And arrows right there.
Sweet.
So there should be enough for this fight, and then we'll get a few more in a chest up here next to Big Key.
But a quick kill is decidedly more difficult in Ice, so...
Very true. Not bad. With 1 arrow left. Not bad.
Nicely done.
So arrows in this left chest. Very, very timely. And then we're going to grab the last safety in this run, which is the red mail. Big chest, Ganon's Tower.
Very, very safe item.
Yeah. That'll be the next safety I do drop, though, if I were to work on my PB, is drop red mail. Even though it's not like a huge time waste, but should be get used to not having it for sure.
Yeah, between this powder and Sanctuary Heart, I would say red mail is probably the one you could easily drop the safest.
Yeah. You don't even get to use it for that long, so...
Because I was looking this up recently, actually. These red mimics, or the mimics in general, the original name in Japanese was Kopi. So it's like, literally, it's just copy.
Ah!
So
It's very interesting.
I look up dumb trivia like that sometimes.
You'd be
Well, never.
MVP at trivia night.
Maybe if it's just Zelda trivia.
Yeah. Oh, good dash. Nice.
Getting that dash is very fast.
Yeah.
Obvious statement of the night, but
So I'm gonna use iframes to get through those cannonballs there.
yeah, it's
And
also a very good strat.
coming up is the gauntlet, first room here. Series of rooms that you have to clear out the enemies in to advance.
And it's one of the most annoying things in the game.
Yeah, it is. These rooms can be pretty tough.
Not so much these first two. This one a little bit with the blue guys, the Zazaks,
Yeah.
because their movement can be really stupid. But then they throw ice into the equation. It's just, oh god, why?
Yeah, right here is where it's like, why would you do this?
'Cause ice physics in this game are really, really bad.
As you would expect them to be, but yeah, they're like supremely bad in Link to the Past.
Was that another boss refight? Could this be a pattern? Yes, it is.
It is. Messed up that a
Sorry.
little bit.
Sorry for spoilers.
Yeah, 3 cycle. Most annoying thing about this fight really is those fireballs, because they can mess you up.
Those things actually die in one hit to silver arrows, but we don't get them in this run.
Yeah. We're gonna do that again in Wizrobe room here.
Hey, easy every time. It's harder than it looks.
It's definitely the worst when you miss it. And when you
Yeah,
do those rooms the right way.
Costs you a few seconds for sure.
Alright, good for the torch room.
Here's a major glitch that can happen, like a bad major glitch.
There we
Like
go.
if you go up the stairs at the same frame that the torches go out, these enemies won't spawn, and you can't get through this floor.
I honestly almost had it right there. Like if I went like a second sooner, I would have accidentally done it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were very close. You were skinning the blue pig there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dash there to trigger the big spike and get it out of the way.
Actually, let me get this jet.
Yeah, some nice safety refills before the hardest boss in the game. He's back.
Second Moldorn fight, much easier than the first. Just takes 2 tempered sword spins.
Mm-hmm. To be more precise, it's 1 tempered sword spin and just 1 regular tempered sword strike.
That's true too, yeah.
This guy just skipping validation chest.
I don't need
Also,
that
yeah,
chest. I don't need it.
You can't hookshot through that first block, but
I've not even messed it up yet. Oh my goodness, what is this? Hello?
well, that just happened. This room can be a pretty big pain too, not just because the conveyor isn't ice, but because of Helmosaurs and because of whatever just happened there. Run
No.
invalidated indeed.
No, no hover shots today. Do that in
Yeah,
the next
Andy, he is not. Here's the actual worst boss in the game. Okay, second worst. It's just a repeat of the first Icon fight, but you gotta deal with 3 copies, and they can have just the worst patterns.
That was okay.
And you can mitigate it with a bit of skill. Like, you just got the triple right there, which is really good. Once again, he takes 6 hits, and once again, he can throw blue balls, which aren't as big a factor in this version.
Yeah.
Once he goes down, this giant pig rises out of his body and turns into a bat. I don't get it either.
He's
resurrected?
resurrected into a bat, man. Second life.
And for some reason, the duck works here. The only time it works in the Dark World ever.
Only time it works in a building and in the Dark World.
Maybe just the power of Link's spirit.
And coming up to Ganon.
At this point, Link's pretty mad. He's very hungry, so he's gonna kill Ganon and have a nice bacon sandwich afterward. Normally you would have silver arrows for this fight, but there's another way to beat him, which you will see shortly. It's pretty crazy.
Probably won't get it in, in this cycle. We'll have to go over here. Ah, you jerk. You jerk. May have to go
Those
another
things
one.
hurt.
Yeah, the bats are the worst thing you have to look out for.
Ganon himself, I believe, does 8 hearts on Green Tunic. If I remember that right, so...
That sounds about right, yeah.
You do not want to get hurt by Ganon on Green Tunic. This is why...
I get
the
the
Red
red
Tunic
mail.
is safety strat.
Yeah. Main reason I get the red mail is for this fight. It's just because I haven't got consistent at it yet.
These teleports are random, by the way. They're terrible.
Yeah, it could be 1, 2, 3 warps.
It could be like 17. Okay, maybe not that high, but
100?
it can feel that high sometimes. That's a good spot for him to spawn for the final teleport.
So we're gonna get torch glitch here. You wanna light that torch before the right one goes out. If you do, you only have to keep relighting the torch on the left to damage Ganon.
It saves time and magic.
Yeah, specifically magic, because it's very easy to run out of magic if you do not get torch glitch.
So what he's doing here is charging spin attacks and releasing them just before he teleports. That's the only way to damage him without silver arrows.
Yep.
Have I mentioned this game is weird?
It's like the tagline of this run. This game is weird, man. That one was a little too soon. It's okay. That
Yeah, go into the
happens.
silver state and he won't take damage.
Yeah, he will not take damage if that happens. And did not charge up long enough. It's okay.
Yeah, if you time it right, you can get 3 hits on a cycle. Which he could have had there, but had a mischarge.
Yeah, 3 hits per cycle is what you want to go for. Yeah, I think 1 more and he's done. Hey!
It's 12 hits, right? No. It's 12 hits?
I think it's 12, yeah.
Wait, GG. Link must go collect his cheese wedges to add to his bacon sandwich.
And that is time.
Nicely done.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the GGs. Appreciate it, everybody.